trending this past couple of days, okay? And what went down is basically her and her most recent ex-husband, J.R., are apparently going back and forth on social media. So what went down is basically Tamar went on this really long rant on social media, talking about a situation that happened between her and JR.
Y'all know when I found out I was getting a divorce and my divorce is going to be final on our trip to Turks and Caicos. Didn't say that. That's when I found out at the bar. I got an email. So let's not do that. Friend, don't do that. Friend, don't do that, you know? And here is the thing. I didn't, like I said before, I did not mean to post that lady. It could have been, it was a casualty award. It could have been anybody. Because like he told me, he busting down, wop, wop, wop. He ain't even in nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't say he cheated on me. I said you played in my face. Because the truth of the matter is that you were supposed to be here for me, to show up for me on Sunday. And you didn't do that. And just like I told him, like, well, this got to be a two-way street, boo. Like, I can't show up for you and you don't show up for me. That can't happen. And so you decided to extend your trip and didn't say anything to me in New Orleans. And then I find out I didn't even say nothing to you. You know, I didn't even make it a big deal. I didn't even, you know, like this person is making it seem like I am off the rails. And I get why y'all is very believable. And people, every time I fall out with somebody, they always take that story. Like, oh, y'all see how she acting on her reality show? Well, not the past 3 reality shows. Tamar has grown up. And that's why I'm not going to let nobody speak on my mental health and make that an underlined issue and make it like I'm defaming somebody's character. Because the truth of the matter is y'all was following each other on all platforms and also, you know, responding on each other's pages. And the hotel told me.
So here's the thing. So Tamar is like going off right now about JR apparently using her card to extend a stay at a Four Seasons hotel. Okay. And what happened was, for one, she's upset because he was supposed to come see her and support her for whatever reason. Okay. He decided not to do that and then ended up using her card to extend his stay at the hotel. So basically, Tamar is saying that she received notice from the hotel that her card was charged almost $1,000 for Jeremy's hotel stay. And they also let her know that he stayed there with the guest.
Oh, whoa.
How did I know? This was not just a hotel mix-up. Because, no, I got charged. And the problem was that I asked you, I called you very calm, Now, let me know if hotel policies have changed or not. They will ask you, oh, would you like to use the card on file? Or is there another card? Y'all, I'm not trying to make this a big deal. I swear, it's not about, y'all, it's $1,000. It's not, you know, make or break. It's the point. The point is that you wanted me to sit back and let you not only use my card, let's just say it's a mix-up. Okay, fine. But now it's different because you're using my card for your extracurricular activities. And let me just keep it gangster. I wouldn't even trip on that. You know what I'm saying? Wop, wop. It's not that serious. Me and your relationship status has changed. The way I see you have changed. You know what I'm saying? Just like you outside, baby, I'm outside too. Like, let's stop pretending like you is the last of the Mohicans. You are not. You know what I'm saying? It's just not like, oh, I'm addicted to the white meat. Like, it was fine for what I had, but okay. It ain't giving that. And the truth is, I put too much on it because we were married and I take my vows serious, and I thought that you did too. And so the truth is, I was waiting for you to come around like a wife, because all I know how to be is a wife. I was married to Vince, and that didn't work out. And I got with D, and we were getting married, and I got with you, and we got married, and I married you after you ate somebody, whole booty sandwich.
So what she's talking about is, mind you, okay, so Tamar and this guy, JR, they've had an up and down relationship for the short amount of time that they've been dealing with each other, okay? They've broken up several times, and during their last breakup, right before they got married, basically JR broke up with her on the same day that her car got stolen. And then days later, he linked up with a girl who Tamar was beefing with publicly, Tommy Lee, okay? So he took Tommy Lee out to a game, took pictures and everything, put it out there that he's dating her. And then Tommy Lee ended up, Tamar went back and, tried to get her man back, okay? Basically, she did a public apology, and they ended up getting back together. So at that point, Tommy came out and exposed Jeremy for basically pillow talking and plotting on Tamar, and the fact that he obviously had sex with her. Okay, so after all of this happened, Jeremy ended up proposing to Tamar on that following Christmas Eve. Okay, so he proposed to her. They ended up getting married. Now, obviously, this marriage didn't last long. To be exact, the marriage lasted 61 days.
Don't make it seem like I'm a bad person. Don't make it seem like I didn't put up with a lot. Don't make it seem like, oh, I've been so gracious to her, and I have been giving grace, and she's a da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ta-da-wop-wop. No, baby. Don't do that. We have given grace to each other. And I hate that I posted that last night for that 10 seconds that I posted, and now that it's a frenzy today. But the simple fact of the matter is that I tried to call you and I tried to talk to you, and you were so nasty to me. And at the end of the conversation, you're going to tell me to go take my meds. Something that nobody else in the world knew, and something that you tried to weaponize against me.
The way I spent time with his family. I extended my stay because I needed time to reset. So I get a call yesterday. Hey, did you stay at Four Seasons? Yeah, I did. In fact, I extended. I gave them my card and everything's good. Why, what's up? Oh, well, I got a call about some chick who used my card at Four Seasons. I said, that's not possible. This is funny. Ha ha ha. What are you talking about? Well, I thought we can friends. We can talk about it, but this is laughable. I didn't stay with anybody at the Four Seasons. I'm not seeing anybody. Wasn't on a date. None of that. If I was, you're my friend. What do I have to hide about that? I'll just say cooler heads didn't prevail. And next thing you know, I'm on her story and I'm being accused of things which are just blatantly not true. I have never led Tamar Braxton on. I never will, nor will I. There are people, hate the name drop, but hey, Carlos King, you got me involved in this. You're part of the reason why we became friends. But I've been very clear about my boundaries. I've been very clear about wanting to have a friendship, but not to the extent that, friends don't throw each other on their stories and call each other out on stuff. Like, look, if there was a mix up with the card because of booking.com, that's a quick fix. It's already taken care of. I've already contacted Four Seasons. And they've already issued a refund and they charged my card. It's that simple. Where did this random woman come in that you called a tramp? Somebody I became friends with on Instagram like maybe 3 days ago? It's just a reach, and I'm tired of having to stay quiet and not defend myself. Mental health is real, and I understand how sometimes anxiety can get the best of us, but you just don't go on social media and start attacking somebody you say that you love, that you care for as a friend, and then you post pictures of you and my daughters together, but then you're throwing their dad under the bus. It's not cool, man. And the unfortunate reality is I thought that I could be friends and try to maintain some type of friendship, but that relationship is done.
So it's plain and clear to see that Tamar feels played in the whole situation. Basically, she took him back despite everything that had happened between them publicly.
Why?
Obviously, the marriage didn't work out, so they decided to remain friends. However, she feels disrespected because JR used her card, right? And she wouldn't have had an issue if it had not been for the fact that he was using it to basically trick on some random girl. Okay? So she felt disrespected that he was using her funds to do so. And when she called him, he says that it was by mistake, but basically he gaslighted her and was rude and nasty with her about the whole situation. So she feels very much played and used, okay? So anyway, JR had a response to all of this. So let's take a look at what JR had to say about the whole situation. Now, I won't sit up here and pretend like I don't believe that some parts of what he's saying is the truth, okay? I can believe that he may have been by himself and that Tamar felt some kind of way because he didn't come run to her beck and call, and he was basically probably ignoring her. And he probably was, chilling with somebody. But I can believe that it was a mistake that, him using her card, because judging from all the ups and downs that they've had, he would strike me as a type that's smarter than that to let Tamar catch him in any type of scandalous situation. You know what I'm saying? She's already went to the internet and blasted him several times. He don't strike me as a that, want a lot out there about him that's very much salacious, okay? And Tamar has been known to be the type that's a drama queen, very dramatic. She has a tendency to have these adult temper tantrums, which is not cute, but we've all seen it from her, okay? So I can believe that he didn't intentionally use Tamar's card. If he was smart, he wouldn't do that, especially if he knew that he was with someone. Now, what I don't believe, however, is that he was there by himself, because if he knew that Tamar was expecting him or whatever the case was, I feel like had he not been distracted, he probably would have come to support Tamar. And I think she know that as well, which is why, she went off the handle, because she may have not known who he was with, but she had an inkling that he was with someone, okay? And it just so happened that he fucks around and used the card that was registered under her. Now, I'm just saying this is all hypothetical. But either way, I just feel like JR know that this girl has suffered from emotional distress, that she has these ups and downs, these anxiety problems. He knew that, okay? He's seen some of the same shit happen, the same behaviors on TV like the rest of us, right? And so once he broke up with her like that first time, I'm pretty sure he got a taste of what it was like to be with Tamar. I feel like the only reason he further pursued the relationship was because there was some notoriety and some clout to be gained from the situation. I feel like he probably initially really liked Tamar, but then once he got a taste of what it was like to really be with her, he kind of threw in the towel in the sense of he lost his attachment to her. And at some point it just became, this can be beneficial in some type of way for me, but I'm not in it for the romance kind of vibes. You know what I'm saying? That's what JR gives me when it comes to Tamar. And if that is the case, then I don't really think I blame him, because like I said, I've said this before, that people in general can sense when you are in a vulnerable space, when you are in need for love, in need for support, a need for attention, that you are some type of way in a weak capacity. Sharks can smell blood in the water, okay? And I feel like Tamar she kind of wears her hearts on her sleeve. And people like that have a tendency to attract predators. Okay? So it doesn't surprise me that she's in yet another failed marriage and another failed relationship. Because this is her third marriage. Her marriage to JR is her third marriage. You should know that there's problems there when you get a divorce from a man after being married with him for 61 days. And then you turn around and agree to have like this friendship with him. But yet you so pissed off and mad because you worried that he's over there with somebody else. Ain't y'all friends? Like, at the end of the day, even if he was, he did intentionally use her card or whatever the case was, if y'all friends, it shouldn't matter what the fuck he was doing with the money. I mean, if it doesn't bother you, you say to yourself, the money doesn't phase you, what the fuck do you give a fuck what he did or who he was doing it with? You was bothered because you felt like he was over there with another woman. And that lets you know right then and there that Tamar doesn't have all her marbles. Because, bitch, why would you agree to be friends with a relationship that ended the way it ended? Once y'all ended that relationship, ended in divorce, it's weird for people to, it's okay to be cordial and get along with your ex, but to become best friends with a person that you just divorced. Y'all don't have any kids. Y'all don't have any ties. Both of y'all are free to live your own lives. Yet, you try to remain and keep this man around you by befriending him. You can't befriend somebody when y'all don't burn and clip those ties. Okay? It's just not likely. Like, if the relationship didn't work out the first few times, then the idea that it can possibly y'all can possibly be friends is crazy. Okay? I'm not saying it's impossible, but the chances of that happening is slim to none. And judging from the way that Tamar carries herself, I just think that she needs to spend time alone by herself. Okay. She has a codependent type of energy about her, and she wanted to have that type of codependency when it came to JR. I just feel like at some point he's just like, fuck it, I'm not for to keep putting up with this shit. And it's from what I can tell, she would never find a successful relationship until she learns to be happy by herself. She has to learn to love herself first and foremost, and then she has to learn to be happy and content by herself. Because once you're happy and content by yourself, you know what your space and your peace looks like. You can recognize the disruptors from other people. And until she centers herself and become one with herself, she cannot love and appreciate nobody else around her because she doesn't do it for herself. Okay?